What is going on, boys and girls? Jim here, RC80. We're out at the RC Adventure Park here with Dan Weiss. What's up there, Dan?
Hey guys, how you doing?
This is day 3 for Dan out here. It's Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Out on the Adventure Park once again. This is Dan's Killerbody
Scale trail
vehicle. What kind of chassis is it sitting on, Dan?
It's sitting on a Trx4 chassis.
Trx4 chassis. And
with full lockable, diff, but I just run it in full lock.
So you run it in full lock. He's got lockable diffs, trio wheels, custom painted.
Even got little Toyota details on the end of the nuts there.
Yeah, I see that on the hubs. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
This truck is just loaded with scale items. The doors open and close. There's little stickers everywhere. The windows roll up and roll down. Pack of cigarettes on the dashboard. Things in cup holders. Laptops. Or tablets. Binoculars. Little compass on the dashboard. Working compass. Paperwork on the dashboard. Little lighter on the dashboard. Money on the dashboard. Notes. Stickers.
Try to make it as real looking as it would, like if it was your trail truck, your everyday work truck, good, but not so good that you're afraid to use it,
Exactly, yeah. It's a beautiful rig, Dan.
Thank you.
Excuse my shadow there, guys and gals.
Got the snorkel, and if you start looking at the parts that made the snorkel top.
That's very cool. Got a washer there and
yeah,
bolts up on top.
Just glued into, drill the hole in the end of the plastic,
That's pretty darn creative there, Dan. And some of that stuff you wouldn't even get it that close of a look at it to really appreciate it.
Right.
The top on that, you see the snorkel and be like, "Yep, it's a snorkel," and then completely overlook that.
Right. You really have to go slow and take it all in, because just where the little decals are on it and stuff. The rifle in the truck. Most people never see the rifle in it.
Yeah, the rifle back there in the corner. The sun and the glare is really not doing it good, but man, there's right back there's a nice little rifle in the back.
You're driving around in the state land of the UP and the fire trails. You gotta have a gun with you.
You're exactly.
That's Michigan for you, though.
The bed is just loaded with stuff, all kinds of stuff back there. Little weed whip with a saw blade on there.
Cut and brush today.
Cut and brush, yeah. A little jug of oil spilt there.
I know. Clean up in aisle 3.
You got your farm jack in there, some chainsaw tools, a crescent wrench, screwdriver, another jug of oil. You got your axe, rope.
Toyota cooler with adult pops in there.
Right, radio sitting on top. A lot of scale detail going on there.
Yeah, thank you.
Stickers on the back. I'm not lost. I'm just exploring. Or just exploring. That's cool.
And it still has. I found a way to make the 2-speed work.
The 2-speed transmission, you got all that working?
Yeah,
and
I got it all working.
Because just so limited with space with this Killerbody on here, right, that you had to find custom locations for servos and run extremely long linkages, right, to get things to work.
You got to do things that is not normal, just bolt together stuff.
A lot of out of the box fabrication to modify and get that to work. Sitting back and letting your imagination fill the gaps. Like, how do we solve this problem, and what parts do we have laying around that we can use to make this work?
A guy that builds models would be okay at this, but a first-time RC guy, until he had a little experience under his belt, he would be challenged trying to get this together, because it's all pieces you buy. It's not a kit that you can
that have instructions.
You just start looking through stuff and finding stuff and ordering stuff.
And it's almost like buying a comp crawler kit that doesn't necessarily come with instructions telling you where to put your shocks at.
They figure by that time you
know how to do all your stuff. Right. Exactly.
It's like when you buy the body and stuff, and it comes as a kit, and you got to put all these panels together. It doesn't come with like the interior panels and the window cranks.
Right.
It doesn't come with all that. That's all an extra you got to buy, and then you can buy it all, or you can make your own stuff, like the windshield stuff I cut out of a piece of thin Lexan that was a protective panel inside of a frame for something else that I had laying around, and I just cut these out myself.
That's cool. You cut out your own windows. I was checking out the Bigfoot sticker while you were talking there.
Yeah,
let's zoom in on that so people got a chance to take a peek at that stuff. That's pretty neat. But the little details, it's the little things, you know.
Yeah, there's people out there that do this way better than I do.
We've got a lot of glare, but unfortunately, my apologies, guys and gals, for all the glare that we're catching. But it's a beautiful sunny day up here. Really, it's the nicest day that so far that since you've been here.
Yes.
Yeah, you showed up and it was raining.
Yeah.
And then it rained the next day on and off.
And rain, and then it got cold. And it's beautiful, but I gotta head home today, sadly.
Yeah. So last day with Dan here so far, and he's welcome back once again. We've enjoyed your company.
Yeah.
A lot of good conversations with Dan around. It's
I've enjoyed being here.
You haven't watched any TV really. We've just been hanging out and talking and driving the RC cars and bouncing ideas off each other, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fun part of the hobby. It's not the only part of the hobby, you know, rock crawling or trail driving.
Right. We were doing some trail driving again last night,
but this is a fun part of it. This is where you get to just use your imagination and you know, it's not a rock crawler. But
right. It's a trail truck. It's a showpiece, really. Yeah. It's a work of art. Yeah. It's a working work of art. But a little bit more solid once again than like nothing against FMS, but that FMS 1/6 scale MB scale or Jeep, you know, is kind of the same thing. But I would say that this is a much stronger version, a little bit more off-road. Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to be rolling it down in the big hills, that's for sure.
Or sliding it across the rocks.
But at least your drivetrain is solid. Yeah. You've got a good solid drivetrain on it. That's where I was trying to go for there.
And in a 10-pound truck, it even has a good drag brake.
Yeah, you're using one of the original Hobbywing 1800.
Yep.
ESC brushless motor combinations where the ESC is built right into the end of the motor.
Yes.
I can't remember the call sign on that, guys and gals, so forgive me on that, but that's the Generation 1 version, which has a larger diameter can on the motor and probably a little bit more sought after these days versus.
Put it in first gear and it was in second.
Yeah, that thing is crawling. And tires are RC 4-wheel drive Baja Claws?
Yep.
1.9s?
No, they're
155s?
419s.
419s. Well, the tire size is 4.19, but your wheel size are 1.9s.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 1.9s.
Same size as our crawler, but
scale tires.
Yeah, scale tires. And if this was a real truck, it would be hung up here.
It would be. This notch that you're stuck in right here is curved there, and it's got a step right here, and it's hard to tell, and it's coated with wet sand.
Now, you would expect the competition rock crawler to just drive right up there, right?
Well, you know.
This you got to take some different approaches, or maybe find something else to do.
Right. You're on a good angle right there. You're working it. You're working it. Nicely done. You're almost there. You won. Top of the mountain.
Got a nice view here, so we'll just drive around a little bit.
Yeah, just goofing around for a minute. Boys and girls, probably not going to be the longest video here.
Sadly, I don't get to drive it as much as I'd like to, but, you know, it's like the last thing you pull out. Or if I'm just going camping with me and the wife, I'll take it.
It's a nice crawling motor, 1800 kV.
Yeah, it is so smooth. It's a sought after. They haven't made it for, I think, 2 years now.
It might be one of those things that they kind of bring back for a limited time kind of thing, or bring back and amp up the price a little bit. So yeah, a new and improved version, or maybe not necessarily improved, but just brought back.
The new one is a 2250
kV.
KV. Don't quote me on any of this. There's people with way more brains.
Yeah, I was looking at them last night. They got the 1200, the 1800, and then 2300 kV. I think is the top end one. So basically, this 1800, the 2300 kV is what replaced the 1800 for this one. But they do have another 1800 that has the smaller can, like the same size can as the SE, right? Yes, just like the 1200 kV version.
And over this little rock formation over here with a very interesting thing. The shocks are a combination. They're a little too tall for the truck. The rear are stock element shocks.
Stock element shocks on the rear
with low-C mini T springs on the bottom part.
Okay, low-C mini T springs on the bottom part.
And the front shocks, I think, are racing. What are they called?
Oh, the Desert Lizards?
Desert Lizard.
Okay.
With the internal spring, but it also has a
external spring?
Mini T spring on it, too.
So you got Desert Lizards on the front with an internal spring and then the mini T spring on the outside, and then you've got the element shocks on the back.
Yep.
With the mini T spring on the outside as well.
Great articulation.
Now, do you have any internal spring on the element shocks there?
Nope, no internal, and
just using that as the external.
Just using that. The back is light. The front, bias wise, it's probably 70% front weight. So there's a heavy internal spring in the Desert Lizard, and there's also an external just to keep the front end up. Otherwise, the droop is
sagging down pretty bad.
So.
It creeps nice. All the brushless motored vehicles that you brought out here so far have creeped really nice and crawled nice.
Yeah, and this is in second gear right now, I think. Oh, I thought I was going to make that.
Yeah. I usually don't show this angle too often from this side. Kind of climbing up through a little mini canyon there.
That actually ain't doing a bad job, I don't think.
No, it's doing pretty good with the smaller tires. The course is relatively dry at the moment, but it's cold. Everything is very cold. The rocks are cold. The vehicle's cold. It's been sitting out all night long. And Dan's storage trailer, so it's really...
Yeah, the foams are cold.
Everything's acclimated to the outdoor temperature. There's no doubt about that as far as acclimation goes, but cold rocks are slick. Cold tires don't grip as well. Depending on the compound. I don't think they've come up with Blizzak tires for these things yet, or winter tires with a super, really soft compound that starts to break down in warm temperatures. Right, you have to cut into it, man. So you don't roll her over. That's a beautiful truck.
Yes, I love it.
Perfect for doing stuff like this, just kind of zigzagging back and forth across the adventure park and trying to keep things natural looking.
Yeah, it's a perfect camping truck too. I get to go and just drive it around, and it draws a lot of attention. That's a lot of what this sport is bringing people's attention.
Right, and awareness to it, right?
They think everything's just toys for kids, you know, and but I've had a lot of interest in actually help the guy buy his first truck. And at first he said, "Hey, that's the most interesting dog I ever seen somebody walk."
Right.
And, so yeah, he ended up being a customer of A-Main's, I'm sure.
Well-behaved dog too.
Yeah. Yep. Don't have to clean up after it.
Right. They rarely run away on you. Sometimes.
When they bark, they bark.
Yeah, sometimes they do. That's a great looking truck. I've looked at those killer bodies before and was, as everything else, I've looked at a lot of things. I've covered A-Main's website amongst other people, Horizon Hobbies and Tower Hobbies and all the other hobby stores.
The body's like $170, I think, around there, 160, 70, 150, somewhere in there. But all the little pieces you need to actually put it together and get a full detail out of it, you'll start getting more closer to $400.
Yeah, they probably add up real quick.
Oh, it does. So
you got to pay to play.
And the chassis was actually Traxxas' Trx4 kit.
Okay.
And so it was brand spanking new. And almost used none of the parts that came with it, sadly. No, the old scale truck ain't going up that rock.
It's a slick rock, man. There's only a couple vehicles that make it up the edge of that, and it's not, none of them are mine. It's usually when someone else is driving, not me. I placed the rock there for it to be challenging, and it's probably challenged me as much as it has with anybody else, or more than anybody else.
Have any questions? Absolutely,
Yeah, feel free to ask questions, and
leave a comment. And,
Dan will try to answer if he can, and I'll let Dan know if a comment comes in, and he can check it out and
just get out and enjoy the hobby with your kids and friends and grandkids, and it's a great hobby with great people.
I can't say that enough. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I can't say it enough, and you get to spend time outside. Wow, what an amazing thing this is,
Yeah, I can't argue with you.
Yeah, it really is.
I love being outdoors. I got into a time where I was playing video games for like 13 years straight, and then just got the itch to go back out and start running the RC cars again. And man,
haven't let
things
up since.
Right? Yeah, things have changed so much since in my downtime.
And we all have our own vices that we find a way to vent, but you lose so much time only playing video games.
Right, or just sitting inside watching TV, or
doing RC trucks, and you didn't. You gotta mix bag it. I think is family time, and it's so important.
Oh, it is for sure. But the couch time is where you lose family time if you're sitting in front of the TV, or you guys are laughing, and I mean, we watch movies and stuff too, and certain times, but if you're doing that all day every day, it's life passes you by for the most part.
Yep, and it's time you can't get back, so get out here and enjoy it.
Going outside, people. Like when we're going outside, I hardly ever wear sunglasses. Very rarely, just because I'd like to see everything that Mother Nature has to offer.
In her natural colors.
In the natural colors, exactly. You miss so much when you have the tinted lenses on. Yeah, that is one awesome truck. That's a steep drop. Oh, you handled it well.
It's all that weight,
Yeah, it kept it to the ground.
It actually handles really good. It's surprising. It takes a lot to tip it over sideways, which is always impressive to me. And I have sadly tipped it over, and I had it roll down a hill once, and all the stuff blew out. And
just total yard sale.
Yeah, she was on it. Everything was scattered around, and you're picking it all up and hoping you didn't miss stuff. And
I've been there. I used to have the toolbox in the back of my trail finder too, with straps and anchors and all kinds of little scale items in the back. And then every time I rolled my truck over, it was just total yard sale. And if you yard sale it with leaves on the ground, that really
your chances of losing stuff are incredible.
It amplifies the frustration. There's no doubt about it.
I'm not expecting it to go up here.
Yeah, it's a tough climb up that hill. Heavy truck. You might make it. Usually what hangs you up on this is, along with a lot of the other stuff on my course, are the radiuses, where your front tire is trying to clear a radius at the same time as your back tires. And it's tough to do.
Today's not the day I want to get it in trouble. We're going to call that let's find a new path.
Right. That's a tough one. Yeah, front axle is snagged now, a little knot. It's the little things. Well, that's a good looking truck, Dan.
Thank you, bud.
Very much appreciate it for debuting it here on the channel.
Again, I say so much thank you for having me.
Yeah.
What a wonderful place you have here. Your family has.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yep, and you're welcome back anytime. Well, that's going to do it, boys and girls. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video, checking out Dan's Killerbody Trx4. That truck is killer. Once again, questions and comments are always welcome. And we will see you all on the next one. Once again, thanks, Dan, for coming out here. Appreciate it.
Hey, click the like and subscribe.
Yeah, click like and subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks again.